We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Yo,
there we go. Hey, good evening, everybody. As I see, I got my very handsome cousin right over there. Well, till you did that dumb shit. Love you, cuzzo, man.
Love you too, cuz. Everybody, what's going on? Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for continuing to like, share, subscribe. And if you are new, welcome to Unfiltered with Mr. Randy Johnson. You know, I'm not good enough to be on the title right now, so F him.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that.
man, we gonna have a really good show tonight, y'all.
We are.
We just thank y'all so much because I'll tell y'all, when y'all engage, y'all are engaged. Last week episode, my goodness, man, y'all stay engaged. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all all the time. But remember, not only remember we're on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube.
Yes.
We also, because we're gonna due to my co-host advice that we really gonna start pushing YouTube a lot more, just because a lot of stuff that we got experiencing on Meta right now. But
Meta world peace.
But other than that, everything is good. We just have y'all know that our other co-host, Fifi, she is doing well.
She is.
Keep her in y'all prayers. She'll be back soon enough. But until then, we want her to get some rest. Let her know we love you and we appreciate all y'all positive energy that y'all be sending out all the time. So we appreciate y'all so much. And again, subscribe, share, comment, everything. We ain't gotta bless you. We ain't gotta repeat so much. So we got some major topics for you, but we're gonna knock the boys club out the way. We're gonna knock all the boys club stuff out the way. Last night, we witnessed history, and it's incredible. I mean, it really is incredible. I'm gonna let my cousin
you good.
Go ahead and talk about it because we both gonna talk about it, but it's something that he kind of said before that I kind of battled him on, and that was, where would Steph Curry be toward the end of his career? Would I consider him a top tier player? I never put him in the top 10, but he always had him in the top 10. I will say this. I believe that right now, Steph Curry has solidified himself. At the least, his career, how about he's 30, 33?
33. We're the same age.
Man, he solidified himself as a top 10, period.
Yes.
Top 10, period. Definitely best shooter the NBA has ever seen. This man, if he was back in Jordan and them, or back in Bird and them generation, I don't care. He'd be almost a god type. He'd be up there speaking about that because the man can shoot from anywhere on the court.
Yep.
Easily. And when he get hot, it's like, I don't care how much defense you put on him.
You keep talking. I'm just moving something.
So, just letting y'all know that is incredible. And we want to congratulate Steph Curry. I almost gave Steph, his brother, that credit. Steph ain't done.
See, always gotta be an asshole. Always gotta be an asshole. Man, Steph, and you know what? This is not even the, just because of what he did yesterday, being the breaking Ray Allen's 3-point record, like that's still, not saying that's the major part of it, but Steph Curry has been consistent as far as what he's done. And You even think about the record. He beat the record in almost 900 less games.
Right.
That's almost 10 seasons. Like this guy, like he shoots 3-pointers like with efficiency and more volume. And like I said, he's still not done. Like he has a good maybe still 6-7 solid years.
Easy.
If he wants to play. Like how his game is modeled, bro. Like this guy doesn't stop running. And we talked about on a couple episodes ago. It's what people don't see. You know what I mean? That defines your greatness. Like I watched the Under Armour commercial with Steph Curry. So we think about when you shoot, and just like all the work he put in and everything that he put into his craft, like you got to commend that man.
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah, I before he broke the record, he was definitely in my top 10. Closer to the end of his career, he may be my top 5. Like I have a preference, but Steph Curry might crack my top 5 for sure.
I think he definitely gonna be in the conversation all the time. You know, that's the great thing about sports. You're always gonna have conversations about who gonna be where, who should be here, why they should be there, and everything else. And I think players, especially the best ones,
what's that?
Kind of sort of care about what the fans think, but I think they more care about what their peers think.
That's true. That's true from
they love their fans because the fans will give them their money, but I really think when you get the respect of your peers and it's something different when you have your peers putting you like, man, this guy, look. I mean, think about Kobe when he said who's the hardest people he had to play against. He said Tony Allen. Everybody's like, Tony Allen.
Yeah, he had it in his book.
I'm like, yeah, you think about it, all this good defense, but I mean, you gotta love it, man. So I'm just happy that it couldn't happen to a better guy. That's the other thing. You like to see these kind of things happen to good guys. That's Curry's a good guy. He's a good dude, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he was able to get that record. And like I said, this man is gonna pretty much. I'm gonna be honest. It looks like it's gonna be unreachable.
It absolutely is, bro. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. I don't see nobody breaking that record at all. Nobody. Unless they come in and just shoot threes and that's all they do. Even there, like I said,
from beginning to end, shoot.
Exactly. And even there, I don't see anybody shooting it at that volume that Steph Curry's shooting it. So I don't think nobody's gonna break that record. Hey, what is that on your bed, sir? That Jordan box, what are those?
Those I'm actually found some that's oh yeah, it is.
Oh, I got something for you too. I got something sneaky. I'm gonna show you.
That is. When I'm a Christmas shopper, I'm a late Christmas shopper type dude. So I wait. Oh, what's up? I'm Cool Gray?
No, I'm gonna leave the Cool Grays alone. These something more exclusive.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I just got it. Came in. Oh yeah, them bugs nice.
Yeah, the off-white Jordans, baby.
Man, I realized that, and just not to even get off the subject so much, but I realized I hate shoe stores.
You hate what?
Mall. I hate shoe stores. I hate them now.
Why?
I hate them for the last couple of years because they don't ever have my size. I always got to order, and it's like they always geek you up. Oh, we might have that back there. Then when I go over there and start grabbing the shoe, you got this? No, that's the last one in this size. I'm like, dude, man, what do y'all order? 2 13s? That's all y'all order? Just 2 13s?
I feel like sometimes it'd be so opposite because, like, I'll go in certain stores and they only got stuff for the big fellas. Like I'm a size 9.5, 10. Like, I be seeing 11s and 12s. I'm like, gosh, these some great shoes.
I got another cousin, Matthew. He normally get all his shoes because he got a really, really small foot. And I'll be like, dang, bro. Like, man, get y'all stuff. So I'll be coming out with an attitude and everything. I'm like, man, come on, man. Why you ain't got my shoe back? My man like, oh, I thought we had it. I'm like, you're a liar.
You a liar. You crazy.
I be getting pissed. I'm like, but it's all good. I ain't gonna trip. We ain't gonna trip down. But
yeah. So congratulations to Steph Curry. Like I said, they and the thing is, like, it was love. Like Ray Allen was there, Reggie Miller was there, and everybody congratulated Steph. Everybody was happy for Steph.
In the opposing team stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, how good can you get that you do this at one of the most legendary arenas?
He did it at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, I add that in there. But I think though, like, it's crazy. You mentioned this a couple weeks ago. It's the top 5 players it's gonna happen. Like your Kevin Durant's, your Steph Curry's, and your LeBron's. No matter what arena you're gonna go, between 1/3, 2/3 of that arena is gonna go for the opposing team.
Yeah.
When they're on that team. Like, I went to a Lakers game recently. Like, half of them were Lakers jerseys.
Yeah. I mean, it's period. I mean, what the question would be like, why am I going here? No disrespect to the Detroit Pistons. I don't give a fuck because we buy your tickets. But y'all they ain't good yet. So right now we going really looking at potential, but you really gonna go when you get to see stars come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they go against the Nets, you're going to see the Durants. They go against Milwaukee, you're going to see you know what I'm saying, the Greek Freak, the Lakers, you know what I'm saying, you're going to see all them. So I mean, it is what it is. But like you said, I'm just happy for Curry because, like I said, nice guys, nice guy, and he was going through some things for a minute, man. His wife was going through identity crisis. She didn't know, talking about, I ain't pretty. I want to be treated like a hoe. I was like, oh man, he handled that with some real grace to me.
Yep.
I
thought he would handle the light skin,
bro. I was like, bro, he just didn't. He just got stoic. Like, probably talk to her in private. Like, baby, you know how many women wish they could be in your shoes right now?
For real.
Like, I'm on my own identity. You got your own identity. Why you got to feel less because you got a man that take care of you? We gonna get it. We gonna get into this.
All right, but before we get into that, I want to talk about something. How people market, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a day ago, to get a Knicks ticket was $50. Mm-hmm. That ticket was for $50 at $375. So that tells you, like, if you're a top 5 player, they coming to see you.
Right. It's anticipation of breaking the record. That's all that is. Yeah. Everybody want to be there. It reminded me of some of y'all might not know. Let me see here. I'm trying to think of the year. I don't know which year it was. I don't know if it was 98. Let me look it up before I say it. But that's the year when Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire was going on it was like they were buying tickets up like crazy because it was just the thought of the anticipation of being at the game where they broke the home run record.
Yep.
And it brought baseball so much money, and that's going to be a conversation we're going to have on one of our topics coming down the line. But again, like, some good stuff. The other sports thing we want to get out the way right quick before we get into our main topics is, man, shout out, first of all, you love stories like Jalen Rose, man. Never forget where he come from. Always looking out for his people, and I love it. I love Jalen Rose, man. I had the pleasure of meeting him a long, long, long time ago, and the guy just, seemed like a stand-up dude. But then you got people like
Stephen A. Smith.
So this is, and keep in mind, we're saying alleged. This is how we do it here. Alleged. We don't know, and is yet to be determined, that his wife, which I didn't even know Jalen Rose was married to her. I just thought she was a chick on the show. But Molly, if y'all don't know, she's, I guess, the mediator on.
Well, I almost said first things first.
First take.
What is it called? First take, yeah.
So, and she's really not that good. She kind of, I ain't trying to be funny, but
we know why she's on the show.
It's like, compared to other shows,
we see people do a better job.
Yeah, who I think could do a better job
on the big stage with Stephen A. Smith.
I think, Stephen A. doesn't want a big personality on the show because his ego too big. He can't stand that.
Yeah.
But what I'll say on this is that it looks like it's a rumor that he's been dating her. which I didn't think you could do that at them kind of things. I thought you weren't supposed to be dating nobody, y'all on the same show. But anyway,
now things go.
He's dating her, and Jalen Rose was married to her, but they were married for 2 years, and they've been separated for a year. So technically, she's not divorced. But I just like Steven, man. You know what happens? And I'm gonna say this. I know you gotta say this.
Yeah.
It make you say, bro, Stephen A got a lot of stuff coming out about him now. See, Stephen A been putting up a lot of fronts, man. Like when he talked about Kellerman. Kellerman and him had the best show for the last 5 years. And even Kellerman has some great points. Sometimes his energy is a little off for me because I think he should stay the boxer. I personally think he should stay with boxing.
He's one of the better. I don't want to say best because I'm not to box like that, but he's definitely one of the better boxing.
Yeah, I like him as a boxing commentator. Yeah, but he still did a good job and still got top ratings. And then when they asked Stephen A directly, did he have anything to do with the fight? Like, no, absolutely not. Then they come to find out you did. And now you're trying to say, I want to give him all his well wishes and all this stuff. Like, you're a backstabbing Sherman Hemsley looking motherfucker. I cannot believe how snake this guy is, man. So, and then now you dating somebody that work at the same company, woman. You telling me you ain't got no other women. It always puzzled me. This is why so many men, a lot of guys that's married, they really don't want their wives to work. Guys were like, man, baby, just you can relax. I got it. Because when you got a woman that work in corporate America, because I've been working in corporate America, it ain't not one time she got a guy not in her face.
Yeah.
It's just not. The guys are always throwing themselves in the face. Every guy's trying to be the conquest, trying to get the mission accomplished. They don't know nothing. They don't care about the other side of the story. Some of them might try to wife, but majority of them like, man, I ain't trying to wife, man. They'll try to do, oh, man, she's gorgeous. I'm like, man, y'all, there's a ton of gorgeous women. Why do you want to share or even try to deal? I don't know.
Man, look. All right. So as Randy talked about, I also had the pleasure of meeting Jalen Rose. I have his baseball card here. We play for Indiana, to basically get to what we were talking about. Steve, it's like you said, it's definitely been brought that Stephen A had a lot of snakish ways, and we kind of already see all right, he's not like. I remember when he was on All the Smoke, and he said he wasn't married, didn't have a wife, and blah blah blah, and I was just wondering okay, why not, and just more things come out about Stephen that he's like the slime ball kind of person. And so for her not, and like I said, I don't know what her and Jalen been through, but for you to leave a guy like Jalen or however it went, and for you to openly be with a guy like Stephen A kind of says a lot about your character. And also to even touch on the work, just even the working aspect, right? It just goes to show no matter if you're married or not, somebody wants your girl.
Right.
And that's something that when your significant other works, that's something that people are gonna have in the back of their mind, and that's rightfully so. You don't know who else, looking at your woman or waiting for you to mess up or anything. So hell, we don't know what Stephen A has said to, her to make him want to leave him or whatever, it's unfortunate for Jalen, but he gonna bounce back. His hairline better than both of ours, so he got it.
So it's just what the problem is. I think what it goes to is just dude, all the women in the world. I understand no guys. I've just never understood it.
Yeah,
and I hope Jalen do not give this thing no gas. Let that bad boy stay on the side of the road. Don't give no gas because ain't nothing.
Go ahead, Michael. Camera off. You go.
Insecure woman.
No, baby, the camera off. You don't have to climb over the couch.
More fuel than two men fighting and arguing over. So
right.
I'm like, man, don't do nothing like that. So, hopefully, like you said, it'll be all right. Stephen A. tricking because it definitely ain't his looks.
You know, you know he's spending the bag on her.
Money. You know it is.
You
He's
know
doing a little baby. He's pulling a little baby right now. He probably spent a cool G on her, 100 G on her.
Yeah.
Even more. He probably spent some more. He probably had to put some plus interest to try to get Molly. And see, Molly ain't even my type. So when I say, I'm like, y'all, I'm like, I mean, to each your own, you know, because what is she? Is she Latino?
Something like that.
Something like that. She's something. She definitely rich. She got some. I wouldn't trust because I wouldn't want to have no kids with Stephen A. You see what's gonna look like.
And we even. I feel retarded. But I would even see if Molly was like I see people dating people that have stature. Like okay, like Kanye dating Kim. They both can get something from each other. Like I don't see what Stephen A. can get from Molly outside of some vagina. Yep, I see what Molly can get from Stephen A. And like
I'm just like, you know what? It's convenience because you know what it is when you at work, you're around these people every day.
Yeah.
You probably around them more than you are your family. Depending on the job that you got most of the time. So now he's seeing her all the time. He already had eyes for her for a long time. A lot of women didn't quit the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's gonna come out. Stephen A. been dipping. It's gonna come out. Stephen A. has been dipping, and he gonna be right there with the Como brothers.
Or what we have kind of didn't touch on. What if Molly basically preyed on Steve, and after she broke up with Jalen, like, hey, you know, this guy did sign a big contract.
Yep. She know that money.
He ain't that ugly.
Always trying to act like she ain't looking at nobody. Stephen A. be interrupting her and stuff. You're like, no, Molly. I got Molly. No, Molly. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, Molly.
Oh, Molly. Oh, Molly. That's what he's doing.
Hey, you know, hey, Dorian, I agree with you. Like, I agree with you. Like I think they already have probably been seeing each other.
Oh, Molly.
they probably already have been seeing each other. Real talk.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I think they've been doing it. So Jay, I don't think Jalen's sweating that, but it is what it is. But you know,
I've never seen a guy over 40 years old have a hairline like that.
So I don't understand. He don't have no he not gonna get it fixed either because he want to prove that he can still get women even with that receding hairline.
I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna tell you this honestly, bro. I don't know because I can't even call it. But I want to get to like one of our first topics of the night.
All right.
And this is pretty good. We want to talk about this because actually me and my cousin talked about on the phone, and it was about remember when we first came out election, one of the big pulls on election, especially for the Biden administration, was student loan forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept saying, he's like, no, we're going to forgive the student loans. We're going to forgive this and everything else like that. Then we had that huge trillion dollar spending bill. And they was all delaying it. And I'm still trying to figure out how it was delayed when the Democrats got control of it, even with the even if the Senate, all the senators, it was at a stalemate, the vice president breaks the stalemate. So that means that it was still some Democrats that said, no, we don't want to do this. I'm like, what the fuck? So this is why I told people, stop voting Democrat, stop voting Republican, vote whatever in your best interest. Party lines, all they do is they just want to get your vote. That's all it was from the jump street. And then they holding up votes. And it ain't the Republicans holding up the vote. They can't hold up the vote now. You notice when Republicans got power, no votes get held up. They push them votes through when it's something they want. It's done. Democrats, you always got one or two or three cocksucking Democrats that want to be, boom, let's not do this. Let's have some concessions. And that's what they did. They had a concession. If y'all remember the bill, that was one of the things that took out the bill was the student loan forgiveness. Like, let's take that out and we'll do a couple other things. And while we're doing that, I'm looking it up. But that's one of the things they took out. And now, look like all you good old college graduates, myself, my cousin, and a whole bunch of other ones, look like we're still in the same boat that we got to pay a woman that screwed us a lot of money, and we don't ever get to even touch her again. Sally Mae, this is incredible. Student loans, y'all. I mean, first of all, let's get to the one thing. What do y'all feel? How do y'all feel that got taken out the bill? Do y'all feel like, okay, for the stuff that came with the bill, is that good enough? Or do you feel, hey, man, this is BS? You got a lot of the young voters for that reason. And a lot of, I would say voters like between 40 and 25. I think a lot of them thought that was a good point to have. Like, okay, let's see this. Let's go. Yeah, student loan forgiveness. Yeah, we need it because you look at everything that's going on. You got so many people with bachelor's and master degrees, and a lot of them just it ain't going through right now for them. They're not working in their field.
No.
Some of them not working at all. COVID hit. Because the rest of these things hit. You got people like, man, I'm not taking the shot, so I'm not gonna work.
I'm gonna say it like this: like, I've been hoodwinked, I've been bamboozled, I have been deceived, I have been tricked. That's the premise of that whole thing, right? So, I know you said it before. I keep referencing you, dog. You need to write a book. This was the biggest election turnout in history right now, right?
Yep, in history.
A lot to do with, how people feel about, Trump, or how, people may not feel about Biden. The student loan thing definitely helped bring out a lot of voters and sway them to vote for Biden or go to the Democratic Party, whatever. Like money is the motivation. It definitely for the top, the top 10% are rich. The other 90% will take anything they need, right? So student loan forgiveness, an extra $10,000 plus. I don't have to pay on it right now. And you're telling me, January, February next month, I got to start paying on my student loans again. Like I've been tricked, and like I said, and definitely where I feel like there was no push or no talk about it. Like after this man got elected, I didn't hear anything about student loans. And on the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne, I talked to a gentleman, I forgot his name, and he asked about the student loan thing. He said, "Yeah, we're still working on it, and we're still pushing that." And literally, I think he talked about that Friday, and Monday we hear that they're not going to go with the student loan debt cancellation, which I think, like I said, we all been hoodwinked, we've been bamboozled, we've been tricked. But now, remember this. People will remember. And this is, like he said, like even with the Democratic Party, this is more it's like to the whole Democratic Party. Like now it's just been shown that you guys going to make promises that you can't keep. Why would I vote for you? Why would I vote for you? Now to get into more important things, like, do you know the depression that people go through actually like having student loan debt? Like a therapist, it was a therapist study where a guy said it was like 15% of his patients talked about suicide referred to their student loan debt or debt in general, which a lot of it's student loan, like at least with mortgages, other stuff like that. You get a bankruptcy, whatever, cool, but like student debts for the rest of your life, and the interest on it is just ridiculous. So, yeah, I definitely feel like if I would have known that this wouldn't have been executed, my vote could have been swayed. Straight up. My vote could have been swayed because of that. Not saying that I would have changed, but that the student loan thing definitely helped me pick the person I was voting for. So.
And like it does all the time. Like I want to bring up this website right here while we're looking at it. Give people their credit. So right now we're looking at barons.com and just talk about the latest version of it that just came out for a minute, and just talk about the things that was omitted. Some of the big things that we need. Paid family leave. Look at that. The provision to include a 12-week paid family and sick leave policy was reportedly dropped.
They dropped that?
Yep, so they dropped it. Free community college. I thought that was a good idea. But they decided to raise the Pell Grant by $550. Ooh, thank you. Fuck you. What the fuck is that going to do? $550. I paid that much for one.
Go back. Just $550?
$550.
Okay, listen to me. Tuition goes up every year.
Damn.
Every year significantly, not by no $550. I'm still gonna be in the hole more than $550 that's supposed to help me for this Pell Grant. So
it's BS. I'm just talking. It's BS. This is why I keep telling people, Republicans, Democrats, the only thing is different between them is the damn mascot. That's the only thing that's different. They're the same exact way. You got a donkey, that's an ass, and you got a fucking elephant. So that's the only difference. When you look at the stuff they omitted, it's everything that's needed. Dental and vision, Medicare benefits. My goodness. Carbon emission tax. The billionaire oh yeah, that ain't surprising. Billionaires tax. They the only motherfuckers that benefit for anything. They get tax breaks. And the corporate and personal income tax hikes. So it's like sometimes you just like, man, these guys got to be a fucking joke. Please tell me that these guys are.
Basically, the rich benefited again on the Democratic side, like
because the Democrats are full of shit. I keep telling people they only want votes. They only want votes. Democrats will say anything. That's the problem with politicians. With majority of politicians, about 90% of them, they only gonna say what you want to hear. And my issue is that you only hear from them when it's time for elections. It's rare that you got some that's actually in the communities. Shout out, rest in peace, Coleman Young, excellent mayor who was out there. People talk, oh, that dude cussed like a son. Who gives a fuck about him cussing? I cuss. Fuck you, suck dick, so what? I'm telling you that we need to have people that actually give a damn. And when we finally get people that give a damn and actually keep their word, they should be supported. Biden didn't keep his word.
He didn't.
And the rest of the Democrats, well, you know what? Let me put it like this. Biden put it on the table. The rest of his boys, Democrats said, nah, we got to change our heart. And I brought that up a couple of weeks ago when I told y'all the two senators who all of a sudden having to change their heart about some things and making it hard for stuff to pass. And I'm like, y'all Democrats, man, why the Republicans to get it done? It's like working in a house of idiots. Are y'all stupid? Are you really a Republican? That's why I say we need to take away that two-party system because people do too much hiding and don't ever have to stand on the things they voted for because people, for the most part, don't ever want to look up what people voted for. But I suggest to people, especially my young people and older folks, because older folks only vote who they are used to. You know what I'm saying? Younger folks don't really know about nobody for the most part. So do your homework. If you got somebody you're interested in, you can look up their information, look at the history on what they voted on, so you can get in their ass and say, no, you're a liar. You talk about you want better education. You voted down funding for education 4 times. Where have you changed your mind from? Have you stopped being a cocksucker? No, you haven't. Don't vote for them. They're supposed to be representing you.
And you know what, Randy, what I took? The good thing that I took from this past election, the only good thing I took from this past election, I don't know if we're reaching somewhere else from the student loan, but the good thing I'll say is good that I took from this past election, it shows how strong voting power is.
Absolutely.
Like it's like you said, just to show that the history of like this is the biggest vote turnout in history from what has happened the past, 12, 20 years. Like, all right, some people are like, hey, this is enough. And some people are like, all right, we gotta come out and support. Even celebrities, athletes, politicians, anybody who had a name basically said, hey, let's vote for this or let's do this. Like everybody showed up and showed out. But at the end of the day, like state colors change from blue to red, some red to blue.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? So it just shows that, hey, like, would America want to say, listen, this is enough, or this is what we want? It'll happen.
Yep.
It can happen. So I like, the one thing I will believe now is that there is power in voting. Nobody can say, well, my vote doesn't matter. Like,
yeah,
like it definitely plays an impact.
That'd be a BS. I agree with you on that.
And even though, like I said, it may not have turned out how we want as far as what we expect from our current president, you know, but it shows that, hey, like, we see you now. So I think the next president is going to have a lot on their hands as far as keeping their promises, and a lot of people are going to do a lot more research, saying, okay, well, hey, what have you done in your community? What have you done in your state? How are you going to help? How are you going to help the people? And it's not just Democrats helping the rich people or Republicans helping the poor people. Everybody, like, this is going to be how you're going to help everybody in general, or even not, even if not everybody, like, what's going to be put on the back burner? Like, all right, hey, for the past 12 years, this party or this group of people have been helped. Now let's help this group of people. But it seems like every election, billionaires and the big corporations end up on top. So, like I said, I definitely think that Joe Biden / Democrats have dropped the ball on this heavy, because this is something that impacts everybody. Everybody's in college, rich, poor, or whatever. Everybody's in college, so everybody's been affected by this. So,
what's the biggest issue too is that people, I got to understand. And dang, John might have been my brother in a different light, because he just took out what I was about to say. That corporations can vote. They have a say so. Absolutely, they have a say so. And this is why we're going to do it. And I really want to get to this point where so many people understand vote. And I'm really glad that people can understand. The reason why voting is so powerful, it was shown in this election, but it also showed how divided the country is.
Oh, yeah.
It showed that even though Biden had the most votes, even in the Obama era, the most votes we've ever seen any one man have an election in history, the person that came in second was the one that lost against him. So that still lets you know that it's still a huge division in the country. And what we need to do, this is why I'm so big on this, we have to take away funding for elections for everyone running. Don't let them be funded. Stop it. If I am a business, I'm going to suggest y'all look at a movie. If y'all like Will Ferrell, I love Will Ferrell. It's a movie called The Campaign. It's a great movie. It's with him and Zach Galifianakis. It's an excellent movie. It's funny as all get out, but it's some truth. This is why I tell people Will Ferrell is funny, but that man is smart. He ain't stupid. He knows the type of movies that he's putting out. What happened in this movie is that they had the backing of these two brothers who was a big corporation. So they would fund them more money, put out more commercials, put out more advertisements, and just push. So basically to drown out anybody that we would go against. Where do we see this? We just saw that this year in the Democratic election. I mean, the Democratic primaries. That freaking douchebag Bloomberg bought his way on stage. He ain't done didn't know nothing. Not one, not nada. In the words of Micah, not nada, nothing. He did nothing. He did nothing. He basically bought his way on stage. That should have never happened. Now, one thing I can say, let anybody run, but take away TV advertisements, Make them all do town halls. That means your behind got to be there in person. People got to talk to you. You can't just put all. Yep, he did the same thing. That's my problem. John said, take it away for everybody. Put on a level playing field. This is the only way that you can make it more beneficial for people that ain't got a high, the big bank to spend. Like, I can outspend you. You make them all say, nope, right here. This is what we got to do. Town halls. Take them at their word. Get rid of the two-party system, any party system. Go on your own merit. This is what we need to do. We need to go straight to where, like it is, like you just said, John, grassroots. You got to go to town hall meeting. People got to meet you. People got to ask the question. Because most people, forgive me for saying this, y'all, but I'm telling you the truth because I love you. Y'all damn sheep. Y'all believe everything you see and less of what you hear. Anytime something goes on, this is the first thing. Y'all run with it because y'all not interested in the truth because the lie is more entertaining. You're not even trying to do anything else. So you just run with it. You just need to be like, man, we need to just go right here. None. You can't, no super PACs, no lobbyists. You just gonna have to get up there and you got to show you know what the hell you talking about. Can you handle the heat of talking to people? Now, some people blessed with the gift of gab, yeah. But guess what? People are blessed with the gift of discernment a lot. Because real recognize real. You ain't gonna pull that junk over a pimp. Like, man, that nigga running gang. Oh no, that guy over there, no, he on that BS. And this is what I'm talking about. We need to get rid of all the party system. You got to run on your own merit and your own record. And the people have got to do a better job of looking up people's records. It's public. It's open to the public, man. Look it up. If you got a concern, you look it up. Look up his every time he voted, bills. Guess what? It's going to take a little research. Yes, it will, people. That's what you do when it's something very important in your life. You don't take it lightly. You do your homework on it. Like Mac, you just said, man, that was the selling point for you. Student loan forgiveness. Why? Because you're a working father, educated man who knows that the student loan will cost more than your house note.
Yeah.
I mean, Come on, people. Who got student loans? Student loans. You got them. Obama got done paying his student loans while he was in office. Come on, man. We got to think bigger on that. That is a lie. So now you got somebody like Mr. Mac Reese, who now you have damage to the point where he like, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna vote for I don't know if I'm gonna vote for him no more. I don't know if I'm gonna vote for another Dem. I aint saying that you're saying that, but that's how.
Think about like even to like I said, how we grew up. That all right, most of our families Democratic or like we don't like this person or whatever. Mm-hmm. Cool, right? So that's probably already even sway, but like to actually do my own research after the fact. Nah, and don't get me wrong, it definitely did. It definitely did hurt me with the Democrats. It was like, damn, bro, like I thought you were for like,
yeah, you hit it right there because we know what has been raised in our community: Republican, white, Democrat, black. That's how it's been for a long time. People like, look, if you had the gall of our president to say that. If you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. I told people, man, we got to stop voting. We got to stop leading with that. Sometimes you got people. I remember one time I was working with a guy, and I know we could go on to the next one. But I worked with a guy, older gentleman. He's like, man, Randy, I've been doing this for 35 years. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, well, you've been doing this shit wrong for 35 years. Because we was working a rewire, and he was wiring it wrong. I'm like, you've been doing this whole time? No reason people call back and they got problems with their wiring. You stupid bastard. You've been doing it wrong for the last 35 years. And this the point I'm trying to make. Just because you've been doing it a long time don't mean you've been doing it right. And that's what we need to do. We're going to have to do more homework on our people. And I tell you, they're not going to get rid of the two-party system anytime soon. They're not going to get rid of funding because the government is for sale. There's no country that's more for sale than the United States of America.
Yep.
It's none. If they could sell states off to other countries, they would do it. And don't be surprised you start seeing that in the future. I really think that in a minute, Puerto Rico is going to be sold. Now, I'm just saying. Mark my words right now. Mark my words. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I really think they're going to do it. I think they're going to get that high in the straits where they don't know what else to do. Like, man, let's just sell it. Let's sell it to Mexico or something. I'm telling you, it's going to be like that anyway. But like you said, the student loan, that was a trip. Los, what's going on, man? And it's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous that somebody can to a point where you try to depict your party to be a certain way and they just don't do it. That means that y'all ain't got no unity within your own party. Why would I trust you? You can't even get your people. That's why I know I keep saying it, beating it like over and over again, like a rented government mule. But dude, we need to get rid of the two-party system and make people run on their records alone.
You know what I think? The reason why it won't happen? Big money.
Big money. It's always money. Money.
It'll never happen.
Money.
Oh, Carlos, what's up, cuzzo?
It's the biggest thing. Money is ruled. Money is always into every play. When they talk about rights of other people and other groups, it has nothing to do with that. People, stop being blinded by that. The United States of America only sees one color. It ain't even white or black. It's green. That's the only thing they see. That's the only thing they see. They can make a profit off of it. That's what they're going to do.
I think, like I said, as much as it sucks, I don't think that the parties are going away. I think this will hurt Biden and Democrats in the future now that people are actually going to start doing research versus being like doing what we were told, or we were raised on this, or like, okay, I don't like Trump, so I'm gonna vote for Biden. People gonna start doing research now. They gonna see some of the stuff that they don't like. It is what it is.
Yep, and that's all that's gonna happen.
Not just only dropped the ball for him, but it dropped the ball for Democrats in general.
And I remember we was talking about this. I said, we got the next term elections coming up. And see, Carlos just showed my point. He said, I'm not voting for Democrats no more. And this why I just told people from jump, man, just do your research. Democrats have always pandered after the black vote.
Yeah, but have done nothing for the black people. I need to cut you off, but yeah.
My thing all the time is that Democrats were the authors of Jim Crow. People, I'm like, man, do your research. I'm not telling people to vote for Republic. I'm not telling you who the hell to vote for. I'm saying to just do your research, man. How can I be mad at you if you vote for someone that's in your best interest? It's your vote. Yeah. It's your best interest. You got to do what's good for your family and the people you care about the most. Like you wanted. Big selling point with you was student loan forgiveness.
Yeah.
Biggest selling point for me, honestly, is healthcare. Because guess what? I'm getting older. And as I've gotten older, I realized, dang, I'm going to need healthcare. You could be let me tell you something. You could be the best. You could be a workout warrior. But workout warrior won't do nothing for a catastrophic disaster injury.
Nope.
You're going to need healthcare. So I know people eat right. Absolutely. We should be eating right. We should be taking way better care of ourselves. But a car accident has nothing to do with how healthy you are.
Yep. Cancer. Anything.
And John, you kind of hit it right there. It's like we just need to take away the two-party system. Period. We need to take away what's your name? John Tyler? You run John Tyler. Let me see your record, John Tyler. Well, I don't care who you're affiliated with. What's your record, John Tyler? Huh? You say that you for women's rights, but yet every time a bill comes up to help women's rights, you vote it down. You are a liar. It ain't about what you know, it's what you can prove. Prove it to me that you changed, because you're gonna vote different. You can't say I'm tired of blacks being treated and all the systemic racism, but yet every bill to help make the system more fair for African Americans, you vote it down, you're a liar.
And that even gets you to like when we talk about the Democratic Party, right? Even though we go out and we vote and we do all this stuff, it's like it seemed like the benefits for that stuff goes around black people, like LGBT community, like it helps them. It helps anybody in the brown community or anybody who's foreign. You know what I mean? And I think a young lady had said it earlier, like the government ain't for the people, and that's what it's showing.
Government ain't for people. Government for this. Government for this. They're for green. They're for money. They don't care about it. If the LGBTQ did not have buying and financial backing behind them, they would not give one red. I'm trying to stop cussing. They would not care at one point whatsoever to this group. It's about money. And it's funny because Dave Chappelle done said that. But they keep going over because they keep trying to hit him strong. If I was Dave Chappelle, I'd be like, man, stop talking to him. Let's leave him alone. Make your jokes and leave it alone, because you're going to get talked about anyway. Because now they're trying to make it even further with him, and I don't want to get too far off, so we ain't going to talk about that. But when we come to this voting, we need to get better, because we keep going right into their things. Every party they find out what is the most divisive topic of that time frame during the election, and then they play up to it and they split the vote.
Mm-hmm.
They split it and hope that they sides can make it even better, because along the coast are all the minorities. So, supposedly along the coast, East Coast, West Coast, they all minorities. Then people forget about this big part of the country that's in the middle, that's all red for the most part.
Yeah,
these people don't want to be forgotten about. They some of the biggest voting getters right there. They wasn't voting. People was talking about
because they like they didn't have to, but like when they came out, they came out.
They showed
and all that shows. Think about like even like I said, when it was a Trump and Hillary election, like they showed out. Like the Republican Party showed out. And think about now it was Trump and Biden, like the Democratic Party showed out too. And don't get me wrong, the Republican Party was there too. Like it was the highest turnout vote. So like I said, I think even Trump's votes this past election still would have beat out anybody else in the past few decades.
If he had ran anybody, he would have beat Obama. He would have crushed Obama.
Anybody.
My thing is that people, it's just where we at right now.
It just showed it. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, like to even like the cap it, bro. Like this is very disappointing. It's very disappointing. Like I said, it hit me hard. It's definitely going to be like I said, I know I signed up for the student debt. But you got my vote because I thought this would help be a less financial strain on me and my family. Yep. But like I said, hey, it's my debt, and I have to pay it. Like it is what it is. But like I said, for me to give you like my vote, to give me that promise to say, nah, I'm not going to do it, just shows like, okay, well, next time I know how I'm voting, or next time I know how to vote.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all this, and we good on that. John, I agree with what you said right there. And we've been saying this. I've been saying this for like the last 3 years on this show, that until the black community can harness its financial power and assets, you got to have we have to be financially like overwhelmed with assets. Until we can do that, we just throwing a pebble at a freight train. It ain't doing nothing. We just throwing pebbles at a freight train. There you go. Hey, stop. Because what's the benefit for them to stop systemic racism when they make money doing it?
Yeah.
They make money doing it. It's big money in it. The system. There's more people in jail there ever was in slavery. They even have the rule, you know what I'm saying, for the 13th Amendment for this to say like prisoners can be used as slaves to a certain extent. Not in those words, I'm paraphrasing it, but that's what they did. People got to understand that everything that is given and every law that's put is a hidden agenda purpose behind it. Everything they did. The forefathers were a bunch of rapists, greedy bastards. Period. Some of them were smarter than others, but they knew what the plan was. Some of them had the ideal for the future. Some of them knew that, hey, man, one day they're not going to always be slaves. We need to make sure that we're careful because one day we're going to need that money from them. Trust me, it's people that seen this and believe this and know it. So, like I said, with that being said, man, man, make sure we do our homework next time. We got our next elections coming up. 2-year election. Remember, we got it every 2 years. It ain't 4 years. It's every 2 years. So we got to be prepared for it.
All right, let's go to the next topic, cuz. What you got for us?
Okay, we about to go to this. This is funny. I know you probably seen the video. You did watch that video, right?
I watched. That video killed brain cells. I just want to let you know.
Okay, now I can't. I don't know if I could play it without them saying something about it. Maybe
I think the video is kind of long.
Yeah, the video. I think it's like a 16-minute video.
Yeah,
so we're not going to show y'all per se the whole video, but it was an episode of Couples Court, and some of y'all might have already seen it before. But it was this two couple on there, and I mean, I saw it. I'm gonna put the link in the notes for everybody, and you watch it at your own leisure. Maybe you can watch it and you can find out what it is. But what ended up happening is that for the young man, you can tell. First of all, they both young. They couldn't have been
dumb.
They couldn't have been over 27. Period. They couldn't have been. If they are, then they might
God
be
bless them.
retarded. And I don't want to say it like that, but they might have some kind of medical condition that make them not think as fast as other people think. But what ended up happening is that the boy, the guy, was like, I'm bringing her to the court because she has a history of cheating. And like you say, flag on the play. That's the first red flag. All right. Mm-hmm. First red flag on the play. She already got a history of cheating. And I would tell every man this, and ladies, this is no offense to you, but I'm talking to the man because in this case, this woman was doing some damage. Okay, this is the case. I ain't trying to, I don't want y'all to say, oh, what he was doing. Like, women, don't do that. One thing you got to do, you got to take some accountability. You got to be accountable. I can tell you one thing. When I see guys, it's funny. When I see guys cheat and they get caught, they won't ever blame the woman like it's your fault. They'll say, man, baby, she didn't mean nothing to me. She didn't mean it. So basically taking ownership like, I know I did it wrong, but she didn't mean nothing to me. Mm-hmm. So men to do that. Women, I have yet to see one woman openly admit and say she was completely wrong for any type of infidelity.
Are you saying that women don't fess up to their mistakes?
Absolutely not.
Is that the topic?
Yep. Women do not fess up to their mistakes. Absolutely.
All right, ladies, gentlemen that are tuned in right now, let's go ahead and talk about that. Do women fess up to their mistakes, in a relationship?
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software to make your streams look really professional.
Yep, I'm about to let
real chore.
No.
Couples Court with the Cutlers.
Go to the part.
This is the case of Taylor versus Jackson. You all have been together 7 years and married for 2 years. Mr. Taylor, tell me why you brought your wife to court today.
Well, I brought my wife to court because I believe that she is still cheating, and this is to see if she's still lying to me. Because if she is, then this relationship gonna be over. The marriage, the family we had, the lifestyle we had is all gonna be over. And I don't know why that she'll jeopardize that, knowing that we all we had. Ain't nobody else backing us. Don't nobody else support us. Don't nobody else help us with the kids. Don't nobody else help us with our living arrangements or nothing.
This has become so stressful to you that you moved out 2 months ago?
Yes, I couldn't deal with it no more. It was too many signs. I was catching her up in too many lies. I couldn't do it no more. So I left.
I want to pause it right there, right quick. What's some key things you already heard because of that? I kept catching her up in too many lies.
Look. It's almost funny, like so. Look, he's
it's like video, funny, but it ain't funny.
No, I literally like because when you want me to talk about something, I want to kind of dissect it and analyze it, and it was just so stupid, and they were sounding so stupid. Like what the hell are they saying? But to answer your question, he already knows that she's a liar and a cheater.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat. And he's telling the judge this. And yet, like, just continue it. We're
going to continue it. I'm going to try to go a little bit forward with it because it's like, even though it's 16 minutes, I want to take up all our time. We're trying to talk. But I want to go up. I just want y'all to go with her. Hold on.
As he stated, our family, we don't have a lot of family support. And our family is like the only thing that we have. And we've been through a lot, and I don't want to let that go to waste.
You want your family back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you love this man?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so you're here trying to recoup and bring that family back together. Your goal is when you walk out of here, you all are a couple going to rebuild your family.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that means you haven't been cheating then. That's the only way we're going to get back together.
So you are here to get back to the time in that picture.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What were those times like?
It was stressful because we were in a financial deficit, but it's like I can look up to that, like, wow, we've been through this and it made us so much stronger. If we could do that, we could do anything. Just being there to support each other when we had nobody else and doing family outings and
when you
I want to stop it right there again, right quick. First of all, fake tears all the way. It's 100%, and I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to be like male bashing, because everybody know me, I call it down the middle. Fake tears, and then the biggest thing. See, this is why I tell a lot of guys, young and old, y'all have got to develop better listening skills.
Yes,
let women talk. And if you let them talk and you listening, eventually they are going to repeat a false tale.
Yep.
And if you listen and you'll be like, hold on, wait a minute. You said you was over here. Because the hardest thing in the world to do is to repeat the same lie verbatim. So I'm going to tell you why I just knew right off the bat when I first saw it, I knew it was a problem. Because the number one reason why women always talk that junk when you have these type of relationships, it was about money. So right off the bat, I know, okay, y'all have some hard financial times. And I'm telling you, that money, that play a big part in it. Not all of them, everything else, but I'm telling you. Hey, Carlos.
As right as you are, but I'm gonna call it straight. She's a hoe.
Yeah, Carlos.
She's a hoe. Don't worry about no money. She's a hoe.
It's straight up what it is.
He's a hoe.
She is, man, he know it. This the problem. See, this is why I tell most guys, man.
She's a hoe.
You have got to stop. I hate the whole, what's that interpretation? Man, you got to chase a woman. You bet not chase a woman. Chasing means she's running away. It's a difference when y'all, when she's welcoming their attention.
Yeah, trapper.
You know what I'm saying? The things that this dude said trapper. It's a difference. That's why I never said I chase women. No, I don't chase women. Now I'll conversate and we'll develop, but I ain't chasing her because that means she's running away. Stop playing them games, because what happens most of the time with you guys is that when you see it, bro, she smells your insecurity coming off.
Yeah.
She already insecure, but you even more insecure. You act like you can't get nobody else. You think you can't get nobody better than someone that sleeps with every man that she come in contact with? Man, I'm gonna let it continue. We'll let it keep going, but this is a point, okay?
Hey, listen, please be advised. Brain cells will be destroyed
right.
watching this
by
video.
Inboxed her from social media a video, a sex tape of her.
Stream 85 plus channels and save up to $500 a year.
You ain't got a
with
YouTube
TV.
I
Try it
cannot
free.
believe this.
What are you doing on your phone?
I'm sorry, I left a gentleman alone in my apartment, so I'm tracking him to make sure he leaves.
Now we gotta pay.
Him?
We ain't about to do that.
Everybody, it's the NSA can do
You
it.
can skip it.
And he's gone. Sorry, what were you saying?
There we go.
A sex tape of her?
Yeah, and that was a year ago. And even after seeing that, man, I still forgave her and try to do and still try to work it out.
Why?
Hey,
why is he? That's what I was about to say, John. Why are you tracking her social media? This lets you know right off the bat you got too many jobs in a relationship. I got one job in a relationship. That's to be your husband. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to be a detective. I can't be your savior. I got one job in this bad boy. This dude talking about, and even after that, I still took her back. She knew you was going to take her back because she know the insecurity in you. Like, brother, get your junk together. I'm gonna let this play till we get to the guy part. You'll see what we're talking about.
How do you know it was her in the sex tape?
She got her name on her booty.
Oh. You mean like a tattoo?
Yeah.
Who was in the sex tape with her? Was it this guy, Josh?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Jackson, what happened?
Hey, Josh,
with the
what
sex
the
tape?
fuck am I here?
Yes, that was me in the sex tape. And yes, that was Josh in the sex tape. I felt like I was pushed to the point of him, Umar, making me feel like I wasn't worthy, making me feel like everything that I did was wrong, to make me feel like I was nothing, and to make me feel like everything that he was doing for the family was better than what I was doing. When I would break my back and try to go to work and try to come home and be with the kids, he would complain that he was doing everything for the kids, but yet he was not working or providing anything financially.
I wasn't. So I ain't get all they to school. I ain't.
Mr. Taylor. Okay.
More than you though.
Mr. Taylor. Watch your language, please.
I did more from the kids than you though.
Man, he gone. There you go. Right off the bat, right? Yeah. Remember, she just said, I remember the hard times and I felt like we could making it through. Now here she go. Well.
Yeah, John Ding Dong.
Yep. Like, there we go. This what happened? Here go the blame. Hey, it ain't none of her fault. He forced the dick in her mouth in the sex tape. Remember that. That's what she basically saying. Like, I felt like he did this. Just say, man, I did it. I wanted to do it and I did it. I hate it. This is what we talking about. I want to skip.
Wait to the end though.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna skip all the way to the end part. Y'all can see this. I just want to get to where the boyfriend show up.
Hey, pause, no homo. Homie got a Vienna sausage or something for him to act like that.
Yeah. But then you know what? And then I want y'all to notice.
Pause.
I'm the husband though.
Josh is here. Would you please escort him in?
Yes, no.
Oh, okay, no. You right. My bad.
I want y'all to watch this. This is a key point. These are the 3 stupidest people.
This part is the most embarrassing.
I look like choosing you if you choosing him.
Would you state your name, please, for the court?
Josh Charles.
Okay. Mr. Charles, we've heard evidence from Ms. Jackson and from Mr. Taylor that there was a sex tape involving Ms. Jackson. Were you the man in that sex tape?
Yes, I was the man in that sex tape. Hey, I already knew that. Yeah. You like my sloppy seconds? I mean, hey, I'm
Mr. Taylor.
That's me right. That's me right there.
Hey.
First of all, I gotta say something right quick on this. My man looks stupid. Ain't nothing a man can say after a dude then bounced on your woman's butt. When a dude is slapping skins with your woman, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. you might as well sit there and just let him finish talking and not give no more energy to it because it's a wrap. He did it already. What you gonna do? Talk about sloppy seconds. It ain't sloppy seconds if she's still with you. You sloppy seconds. Why ain't you let her go?
Duh. And you know, and listen, and like, look, I don't know if people will admit this, but I will. Like, I like when it comes down like to my relationship with a woman, like, or like my wife or whoever in general, like that's gonna hurt my feelings. Like nigga, like if you get a woman, your heart, she hurt your feelings. Like it ain't no wrong with that, but like it's just like they all look so stupid. Like that's the word. They all just look stupid,
man. And like I said, I want to continue because I just had to stop that because when he said how you like my sloppy, I'm like, bro, you still taking care of her. This dude just hitting.
John, I'm gonna disagree with you. Like, I think he has the issue. I think he's making it an issue because he's choosing to deal with something that he doesn't want to deal with, right? So if this person continues to show you, hey, this is what I am, or continue to conduct this behavior, and you still accepted her, still doing this stuff, and have these worries and insecurities, she's still, cheating, and you're taking her back. It's insane. Like this whole moment right now, he's taking her to court to see if she cheated or not.
And he knows it already. That's what's killing me. Like, bro, you know it, but you need this. I think he's so at the point, but I think what I'm saying too is like, bro, man, we're gonna finish it out.
Okay, I know what you're saying, John.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gonna finish it out.
You got one more. Now you said you're here to get the truth.
I am.
Well, then you got to be quiet to get the truth. Let us do our job.
I'm happy he's seen it though, because now he can move on now with his life and leave her alone.
Mr. Charles, respond to my questions, please.
Yes, sir.
Respond to Ms. Cutler's questions.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. What is the nature of your relationship with Ms. Jackson?
Oh, that's my girlfriend right there. That's me right there.
What?
That's me.
That's your girlfriend.
Yeah,
What?
he's been going since June 14th. That's me right there.
Yeah.
What?
Does Miss Jackson know she's your girlfriend? Or is that your fantasy that she's your girlfriend?
I mean, she's mine mentally, physically. I don't know if I'm feeding her body, I'm feeding her mind, I'm feeding her soul.
She looking crazy.
You've been going since June 14th, buddy. You messed up. It's on you. You messed up. Ain't no coming back. That's
Mr. Charles.
I'm a man.
Mr. Charles.
Right there. That's mine.
She look like she's from Mac and B.
That is it. You talk to the judge.
She looks straight up like from Mac and B. Cause I was thinking like, man, I know I seen her on McCullen. Like, dude, haven't I seen her at the 4-H? Man, do you hear? Am I the only one that heard? She don't want to be with that other guy, the one that's on the stand. She don't want to be with him. This dude is in a whole illusion. He like, I feed her mind, her body, her soul, and everything else. I'm like, dude, she in court to stay with her husband. And I'm gonna go play the rest of it out so y'all can see.
Wait. Before you play it, I'm gonna disagree with you. I disagree. So look, Randy, okay. If I'm in a relationship with a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're together, and she cheats on me multiple times with you, and she's married to me, who does she want to be with?
You. I'm gonna tell you why. This one I'm gonna tell you why.
Disagree.
Because if she didn't want to be with you anymore, she would have just divorced you. She knows who's the better man and who's she better off being with and taking care of her. She just wants some dick. So that's all I am to her is some dick. Because if she wasn't, she'd be like, Randy, take me. She knows you're the better man. She knows you're going to take care of the family. She knows you're going to be all right. So she basically want to have her cake and eat it too. That's what I'm saying. This dude don't understand that. Look, it's just, we just screwing. I'm having fun. We screwing because if she didn't, she would just leave. Me and you both know. When somebody want to go, they gone. They out the door. They ain't no duck talking. Like you think about it right now. Me and you both didn't talk about if stuff happened with cheating. I'll be the first one to say, and I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I'm 99% out the door if I find out my woman cheated on me. It's gonna have to take the power of God to push me to stay in that, because she basically saying, I know he gonna take care of me and have business. I know he better, but I just want this guy because he's in the meantime guy. He's so stupid, he don't realize that what it is. He think that she's going to leave him. Like, she ain't left you yet.
But evidence shows, and this is where I kind of was saying, evidence shows that even if this guy get back with her, she's still gonna mess with that guy.
She gonna still cheat.
She's still gonna mess with her. So it's like
she connected. It's a screw. So she know, like, I could get a good screw from him, but this guy's the one that's gonna take care of the kids and take care of this. She don't want to move like he up here, like mind, body, and soul. And you're gonna see in her face, because if she wanted him, she'd fight for him right now. We're gonna let it finish out.
The judges, period. You do not talk to anybody else in the courtroom except the judges. Understood? I will take you out. No problem. The judge is on. Same with you. Shut the mouths.
Shut the mouths.
He wanted to say, shut up, niggers.
Mr. Charles, when was the last time that you were intimate with Ms. Jackson?
This morning.
Wait, rewind that.
Miss Jackson.
Rewind that, cuz.
Last time that you were intimate with Ms. Jackson?
This morning.
Look at her face, though, bro.
Miss Jackson.
Hey, that's gonna be my Facebook profile.
Miss Jackson, were you intimate with Mr. Charles this morning?
You see her reaction?
Quiet.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Josh just looking
Miss
stupid.
Jackson, you said you were here fighting for this relationship. Do you see the inconsistency with that statement and sleeping with this man this morning before you show up in my court saying, I want to be with this man and build my family? Do you see that inconsistency?
Yes, Your Honor, I see the inconsistency.
All right.
It's like he was also doing whatever he was doing.
You know what? But we're not even here talking about that.
Watch this.
Because nobody has sat up here and testified they slept with him this morning.
It's deceitful too, you know. Misintentions, you know.
Okay, so Mr. Taylor, you have the truth.
You came here looking for answers, and you got answers.
Mm-hmm.
It may or may not have been the answers you wanted, but you got the answers. You got the truth. What do you want to do with your relationship with Ms. Jackson?
Oh my goodness.
Goodbye. Random calls and offers. Hello, built-in spam blocker. Now I can soak up the sun in peace. Hello, Google Fi. A phone plan that can.
I can't believe we're giving this free advertisement away.
Son.
I love that commercial. I love this commercial though.
I'm vegan, Walter.
You had bacon for breakfast.
Okay, Mr. Perfect.
Want to really be a rebel? Get off your parents' car insurance.
Oh, hey. I love that commercial, dog. Okay.
Life goes on. You chose, you made your decision. I can't keep on trying to rescue you for your own decisions. You got to live with them.
So you all have been together for 7 years.
7 years.
And you're willing to throw 7 years away.
I guess so.
Hell yeah.
She made that decision this morning.
Ms. Jackson, is there anything you need to say to your husband?
Honestly, I feel like he just brought me here to embarrass me, Your Honor. That's what I feel, because his word was that if I came here, we would be back together. It wasn't once he heard the truth and I came here that we would be back together. Not he would make his decision based on how today went.
But Ms. Jackson,
that's not what he said.
You can't even believe that he was saying if you came here today and I found out you slept with someone this morning, everything would be okay. There's no way you could have believed that.
I don't know what planet you're working from, but it's not Earth. That is not how adult people process.
Hey, look it up.
Oh, you got it too, then. That's right. You got it too, then, right?
Mr. Charles.
I ain't got it.
Don't see me.
Mr. Charles.
Don't see me.
I don't want to see my
I understand, bro. I understand your past, and I would be too. But that clown ain't.
She's still like, I can't believe this guy just messed up my meal ticket.
I know. I see that.
Miss Jackson, you've got some big decisions ahead of you.
Man.
Not just about this relationship. You got some life decisions ahead of you.
And whether you're married to him or not, y'all are together forever. Because kids are forever binding.
This is a volatile situation. It's not working. You see the tension between them. So you got to make a decision. Do you want your marriage or do you want Mr. Charles? And that's a decision only you can make. But you got to make that decision because from what I'm seeing from up here, you can't have both.
Oh my goodness.
That shit was a.
Oh my goodness, man. First of all,
I think that was Miss Kathy on. Hey, Miss Kathy. She was on from YouTube. Thank you for watching from YouTube.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Kathy. And
yo.
Wow.
It planned out to where even though he know you were sleeping with this man, right? Mm-hmm. You got caught, you went to court, you confessed it, and you still didn't like take accountability, like, hey, I did this, whatever. But he said, which like, come on now, let's even say he was stupid enough to even go through with it. Like, my nigga, you slept with somebody this morning. So yeah.
I'm sitting like,
so that means we talked about it last night, and he was like, "All right, I see you tomorrow, babe. Love you." There. She was like, "Hey, she got him outside the courthouse in the car." Like,
I'm like, man, and he looked even more. He looked retarded. It's like, man, this was one of the weirdest divorce courts. Couples court. I'm like, man, this guy still ain't getting. He's still on the stand, not getting it. Like, bro, the look on her face. If I was the guy on the stand and I saw her, I'd be like, man, this chick playing me too. She's just using me for what she used, because she was like, I can't believe this slow bastard just said this. He was like, I got a man, body, and soul. Like, dude,
she was sucking that dick.
Right. And it's like, now what you gonna do? Because, he like, man, I got her, man. Just let her go. Just let her go. And my thing is that if he not the one chasing, then he like, man, I can't keep saving you from your own mistakes. I'm like, man.
Yeah, you are. They together right now.
Oh, man. I'll tell you this.
Homie.
I would definitely get paternity tests. Because if she been that unfaithful all this time frame, man, you better get a test on them kids.
This morning, though, like, they went to court to work on the relationship, but you had sex with the guy this morning.
And you see what she said? She, even in her wrongness, she still was given a rationale that is his fault. Well, I just felt like he brought me on here he told me that if I came to the show, we could work it out. That's why I was telling you that she was choosing him, but she still wanted to have old boy.
I mean, he really did do that, though. Like, I mean, you're dumb enough to go for it, but like, that's what he really did. He's like, I'm gonna embarrass. Well, they embarrassed each other. He was more embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he more like, man, you gotta be embarrassed. Your wife get up here. Then the other part, like you said,
you lost that one, homie.
Man, it was just. This is the question, and I'm glad that we got. I always love when we have women in here too. Why does it seem? Because I showed that video to a couple of women, and I told them, I was like, why does it feel like women don't ever take the accountability? They'll take accountability when something is a successful situation. Oh, yeah, I did that all on my own. I'm a single mother. I went to school. I did the work. I did all that. I did it. But when you mess up, it's always someone else's fault that you messed up. Oh, I cheated because I just needed something. If he just did this, if he just did that. And it goes back to what I've heard so many times, that cheating is a choice. It ain't a mistake.
You know what? Okay, wait. Let me go ahead and reshare that part.
Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't understand that. And I had to say that because we talk about it so much. But first, I remember we had, because, we always do our couples episodes, which are some of our best episodes on this show. And we said this before, and I have a respect for, especially for my cousin.
Choice.
He says, he said that's a deal breaker for him. And I remember that. He didn't have a lot of deal breakers either. So it lets you know that he a fair man. He just said that right there, infidelity, that's my deal breaker. It's almost as like there's no coming back from that. It's hard. I see a lot of guys like, man, because I think maybe it could be different if a woman just admitted that maybe she did it, but it's a lot of stats that just say a lot different. Pulling it up, looking up some stats, and keep in mind, these are people who took the survey. They say that normally 75% of the people who cheat will end up cheating again. That's 75%. It says for men is a little bit higher. They say it's 82.6%. For women, it's about 77.3%.
Damn, that's pretty high. You know what? I will say this. That's pretty high for women. I think this was my logic. I grew to be wrong to that. I grew to like kind of see it. Like if a woman get caught, no, what? Never mind. It makes perfect sense. Continue.
What you say? I'm about to say I agree with you. I think
it makes perfect sense. What I was going to say is that if a woman get caught cheating, right, I would assume, like I said, that okay, hey, if I want to be with this guy and I got caught cheating, I really want to be with this guy, I'm going to stop cheating. But the evidence presented before us, that's not the case. I think with women, they just play it smarter. They play it a lot smarter when it comes down to cheating.
I agree with that. When somebody asks me, just like when somebody say, excuse me, excuse me.
Know what they say? Bless you.
Yeah, basically, oh, motherfucker. Women, I just think that it's just, and Miss Kathy, if you're on here, you could probably tell me too, not trying to say you're a cheater. I'm saying that
from a woman's perspective.
From a woman's perspective, yeah, it's most of the time I see women cheat, it's always because of what they feel the other person is not doing.
Yeah.
It's I can be honest with you. Have I heard women say, yeah, I cheated, but why does the woman have to forgive him for his infidelity? No, I'm not saying that it should be that one should be different than the other. I think infidelity is infidelity.
Yeah.
I think that period. You know, that's why I tell some guys, because like I said, I think cheating is a choice. It's not a mistake. You don't mistakenly cheat. Like, oh, I mistakenly fell into that woman's bedroom and we started banging. No, that don't happen like that. Or I mistakenly gave this man head in the back of the car. No, that are choices you made to give him head in the back of a Camaro.
Let me ask you something. Look, so let's just say, and this is just a scenario, like how I want, like how people think, right? Let's just say that somebody's lady is having a conversation with a guy. They just got done, arguing with their significant other, and they're at a nightclub or whatever, and they're having fun, a little tipsy, whatever, and they see a guy, they like him, and let's just say they go to base 1, right? They don't go to base 2 because she's intoxicated, she's horny, and she's like upset at her man. They go to base 1, and she stops, right? Is that cheating?
Yep.
Okay. So now here's the thing, and this is how people think. If she tells her guy that, hey, I did this with this guy, she might as well have sex with him. So
yeah,
I think some people may come across those mistakes and like, you know what? Well, damn, like I already kissed the guy. He gonna be just as upset if I went and I screwed the guy. So why not screw the guy? I think people are in those limbos. And I'll be honest, I feel the same way.
Like you kissed him. The thought was in your head. Yeah, you stopped. You stopped it from going, but you already did it.
Yeah, and like I said, and even though, like, all right, you know what? Maybe it is a difference. Like, if you were to be like, all right, you kissed him versus screwing the guy, I would go ahead and forgive you a little bit quicker, or like, but.
And you know what? I hear you on that. I think it depends on the scenario and how you feel about the person. I think when it comes to marriage, I'm a firm believer in, don't ever say never. Because you don't know where it is. Especially if you know that possibly you could have contributed to it. Now, somebody asked me before, can you make someone cheat? No, you can't make someone cheat. But you sure as hell can make them feel unappreciated. You sure as hell can make them feel unattractive. You sure as hell can make them feel like they ain't worth it. So, yes, you can make them feel like that.
Somebody very close to me said this. They said being married, wanting to be married, is a choice that you got to make every day.
Yep.
You got to make it every day. And like I said, it only takes that one time for like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Right. You 100, cuz. That's right on it. I agree with you because it does. You have to, it's just like they say in scripture when, oh, excuse me, y'all.
Like you need that health care. Too bad.
Yeah, see, man, he took it off. Took it off, Biden. Biden, man. I should have voted for Trump. But no. It's just like, when Peter said you die daily. You got to die daily. It means you have to make it up in your mind every day that I'm willing to stick this out. Even through the good and the bad, because people can be with you when it's good. I've seen people cheat and stuff is good because cheating is a choice. I'm like, bro, what happens? Like, you hear some people, I've heard women, and shout out to, some real women. Miss Kathy, I appreciate you. Broken trust can lead to broken homes. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what.
Only that, just like you said, the whole feeling to go away because now the person that you gave permission to have a part of your heart and you trust them not to break it has done that.
It's just like, at least it's like a glass or a glass vase. You can break it and put it back together. It can be a glass vase.
But the cracks, like you said, that's a good example. That's a good example. You still got the cracks there. And it's like, bro, how can I get through it? Now,
you can still drink out of it.
That's why I have no mercy for a man that gets caught with a married woman or a woman that get caught with a married man. I really don't, because I'm like, man, why would you do that to somebody? Especially if you know. This is a big one. Especially if you know they're married.
Mm-hmm. What else I was going to say?
That's disgusting. I think that's a horrible situation. Somebody married, man, you could be like this. Man, I think that you're beautiful, but man, bottom line is you married. And I'm not going to do nothing.
So let me ask you this then. I think you and I and most of our viewers agree that cheating is a choice. When is cheating a mistake? Can cheating be a mistake?
Unless she got a twin. If she got a twin, they got identical twin, and they be switching up every time. You like, hold on.
Is she technically doing the cheating, or you raping one of them?
Like, what's going on? But no, I don't think it can ever be a mistake.
I think,
in my opinion, I think that you chose it.
I think
it was a bad choice or a good choice. That remains to be said.
I think now growing, being a man and being a married man, I think I can agree that as a choice. I have grown to see like actually being married. Not saying that I had never cheated and Crystal never cheated. I hope she haven't. I'll burn this house down. That it's not unforgivable.
Now I agree with you.
It's not unforgivable, and that's only because of how much you want to be with the person.
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth it? And then it's like, okay, the big thing that I had to see is what part did I play, and this is how I feel. I feel like if my wife were to go to cheat, and I played that role or that big significant role to make her go cheat, then I will forgive her. I would, if I played that role. That's why, like, I feel like I have to be the best husband I can. She has to be the best wife that she can. So if I go out and I go cheat, you know what I mean, or whatever, and that's all on me, then that's all on me.
Right.
I would. Wow, and it sounds stupid on my part. If I think it's because of her, which I think it will never be, I hope not. If it's because of her, I would want her to be like, well, damn, I did force you to do this, and I did, put your position to do that, and that this stuff was presentable. And like I said, I'm a man at the end of the day. She's a woman at the end of the day. I thought other people were attracted before I met her, vice versa. You know what I mean? She thought men were attracted before she met me. We're human at the end of the day. But like I said, every day we make that choice. Like, all right, I want to be married to you every day.
Absolutely. That's why I kept giving you. I think everybody agree with you. You got that applause because, and like I said, I think cheating is a choice, like you said, but it's also a choice to whether you're gonna leave or not. You're not forced to stay. You're not forced to leave.
Mm-mm.
And like you said, sometimes you got to look at yourself. You got to look and say, man, is there any way I could have pushed that way? Like, how many times has she come around you? Has she been asking, hey, can we do this? And you're like, no, I don't want to do this. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, I don't want to do that. Is anything wrong? Is it me? Because that can happen to men too.
Yeah.
Think about a man, you coming home every day, and every time you coming home to a complaint that it don't make no sense. You like, man, like you feel like less of a man everything you did. Oh, you brought home whole milk. I told you to bring half and half. You can't do anything right. I just asked you to do one thing, yada, 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 yada. Then all of a sudden, in the right stream, in the right path, some wrong can get done.
Yeah.
You got a woman that says something like, man, you're an incredible man and all this other good stuff.
That's all it takes.
All it takes is that one confidence, that one thing that might have been missing for you. But then it takes you to say, I feel this way, but I still can't do it.
Yeah. Because it's easy to say, well, hey, you know what? Today you made me feel like this, and Jennifer at work made me feel like this today. Or hey, Jennifer at work made me feel like this all the time. Right. And then you have that emotional connection with Jennifer because I don't think you should do that, whatever. Then later you'll talk about problems with Jennifer and all that stuff.
Right. The stuff that you don't see, the stuff you never see with Jennifer, because Jennifer showing you all the stuff that happened in the beginning of it. Oh yeah, this and that. But you never asked Jennifer, like, dang, Jennifer, why you been divorced 3 times? Because Jennifer a crazy motherfucker. Because it's just people don't understand that you're gonna have to work at any relationship that you call yourself being in. Like you just said, you got to make a choice every day that I'm gonna work on this. Man, you know how many times people go to bed or go lay next to the person they love, having arguments and stuff like. I don't like the word argument, but they're having a huge disagreement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They have a heated fellowship. A pastor told me one time. You're having a heated fellowship. And you're trying to figure out what's going on. Because guess what? Y'all 2 different people that are trying to grow together, and you're trying to understand. But guess what? You're still 2 different people. Y'all still got your own likes and your dislikes. I can remember times where talking with Miss Andrew, we didn't see eye to eye on some things. And I'll be like, look, how about we do this? How about this? Because right now I want my point to get across, and mentally I ain't trying to hear you because I'm thinking what you're saying doesn't make sense. So I'm being selfish. So let me check myself.
Yeah.
And let's put a pin in this and let's talk about this later when we can get all the unselfishness out. It ain't nothing wrong with that, people out there. There's nothing wrong with saying we need to stop right now because we're not listening to each other.
Yeah. And I get the whole let's not go to bed angry, but hey, it's like you said, the certain thing is a pause. Let's put a pin in it.
Absolutely. Sure. I'm glad you brought that up because people say that. Like, you're not going to bed angry. You're going to bed with the solution to agree to disagree, and we're going to bring it up tomorrow when we have cooler heads prevailing. Because it's just that's the best way to do it. Who gonna say we're not going to go to bed angry? We're going to keep fussing and fighting each other? No, we're not getting nothing done. We're not getting nothing done. And sometimes it is better like that. Like, you know what? Let's calm down. Let's do it because I love you, and I don't want to have to say I'm sorry for something that I don't have to say right now if we just stop.
Yeah, Carlos, I agree. Like, being patient and compromising is that that's all, like, that's right next to love. You know what I'm saying? Like just having a patience, like with me, like growing up, like I had my siblings, we shared a room. And before I married Crystal, I never shared a room with anybody. So like just compromising and sharing a space with somebody every day, just learning the whole person every day and knowing that she's going to change every day is like, it's work for sure. It's work.
Just like if you have 2 different atmospheres, 2 different realities, and you come into play, And you have to understand, as much as you be thinking that you're right all the time, and I have to really say this for myself, like Randy, just because it worked for you don't mean it works for this situation.
Nope.
Like, grow up, sit down, compromise, find out a better solution. Everything don't work for everything. You have to sit there. Like, I love that. What's my show? Different Strokes. Like, in the world don't move to the beat, just one drum. What might be right for you?
I never watched it.
Right for some. That's a true statement. It's like, it ain't going. Everything don't work for everybody.
Yeah.
Some people do want to sit there and fuss it out. Where you other person like, man, I'm not like, look, we arguing. Arguing is a difference than being trying to find an agreement. You trying to get your point across, but you ain't listening. I'm trying to get my point across, but you ain't listening. And it's like, let's just cool down, because right now, when you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes you need to just stop. Like, man, we in the heat. Let's stop.
Yeah, and and that's exactly what we do. Is like, if we both get there, like, I'll get there to a point where, like, I'm gonna get my point across, and I think she's at a point where, like, I'm gonna say whatever to get it across. But all right, breaks.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Carlos, we taking that. You're gonna be our quote.
What do you say? A hot front and a cold front will create a tornado. That's a fact.
That's true.
That's a fact for sure.
That's the Zach rep. Is he a meteorologist? You a meteorologist? But it's true. No, it's
was
true.
You Kentucky?
Sorry. That's what happens when a cold front hits a warm front. That's the same with any big storm. That's what happened. You got two fronts meeting each other, and they creating a storm. So how about we just cut it off? Because you either got somebody that's hot, ready to just go all out, somebody that's cold, that's acting like they don't care. Like, man, I don't care about that right now. Y'all can just admit it. So I agree with that, man.
Yeah, I think that's what definitely helped us. Like, hey, let's collect our thoughts. And sometimes, like, shit, like, we at that point, you can say something that you don't mean, or something that you say that you shouldn't say. One of those two can happen. And the thing is, even if you don't mean it, you can never take it back.
And that's the point. That's the thing you don't want to do. I remember this is a situation. I won't say. Well, I can say this. I mean, me and Cassandra was having a discussion, and we were not realizing that we was getting videotaped because we was trying to do a TikTok, and we heard the videotape back. So I was like, man, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, and I heard it back, and that's exactly what I said. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't remember it, because you know what? You don't remember half of the crap that you say when you pissed.
No.
Because you just trying to, you like, look, I'm going to get louder. I'm going to get more angrier because I'm getting my point across. And I had to immediately apologize right there because I'm like, I didn't know that I said that. And that's what you like. That's what, like, just what you said, cuz. Cuz it's the same thing. You say, you don't realize, like, man, I done said something. So how about this? We just bypass all that. Let's stop talking right now. Because we need to, because you know what I noticed in every argument, no matter if it's with your mate, with your friends, anybody else, half of the time that energy you displacing out may be because of something they did, but it's because of something that you feeling.
That's a fact.
And you need to check yourself. You're like, man, this is a buildup. This is something that you should have addressed a long time ago, but you let it get built up, and now you're going to explode on the person because you didn't get responsible enough to deal with yourself before you had this conversation. You allowed the buildup to happen. And I've been there many a times. Like, you know what? That's my fault because I never addressed this thing at first, and now it done blew up, and now I'm about to, now you're a volcano. When it could have been a discussion, now you want to be a volcano. So I agree with you on that, because that's real talk right there. Real talk. But outside, not saying out there anything being said that we trying to really get the point across is that right here, I'm gonna put this one up. And that's what the thing is. What's that? That's our word, man. That should be the number one word of
accountability.
Accountability. It needs to be the best one. People saying it. You know who say accountability a lot? Mature people.
Yeah.
Mature people.
I'm gonna go ahead and read out what Carlos said. Facts. Honestly, I'm going to learn how to shut up and hear people out now. Accountability. And the thing is, like you even said it earlier, like when we stop and we listen, it's like, wow, that actually, I understand where you're coming from. That makes sense. I understand how you feel. I see why you feel like that.
Bottom line, you're like, look, and what happens when you listen to people, when you stop trying to defend your point and they stop trying to defend theirs, what you're really doing is just explaining, look, this is the reason why I feel this way.
Yeah.
You ain't saying, I want you to feel this way. When that happens, that's when people start to argue, when you feel somebody trying to make you change the way you feel. And that's not what it is. People, majority of the time, when they're trying to explain their point of view, is trying to tell you why they feel this way. Like, this is why I feel this way. And guess what? At the end of the day, you still may not agree with their point, but you respect it better. Like, I understand where you're coming from with it. So I ain't got to call it stupid no more. I could just say, I don't agree with that aspect of it, but I understand why they do. So that's been the best thing, man. Again, another good show. Another
great show.
Good show.
Everybody, thank you all for tuning in, subscribing. Welcome back, Los. It's been a long time, baby. Thank you for the input. Miss Kathy, thank you. John, great back and forth, bro. Who else is on?
I think that was Dorian that was on there too.
Dorian, shout out to you, big bro.
Appreciate y'all. Everybody else, I know my auntie stepped in for a minute. Auntie Sadia, love you. Thank you so much. Go ahead, y'all. Y'all already know what to do. Share, get it out to y'all and everything else of that nature.
Woo!
Everything else.
My babies.
If anybody, you got anything to say before we go ahead and close it out? Next week, yep, we will be here next week for our show. 7:45. Y'all know it don't. Y'all know. Y'all already know that, man. We love y'all conversation back and forth. This the way people should be talking.
Yeah.
That's why we call it unfiltered. People thought, well, we call it unfiltered because we just gonna be off the hook and saying everything outside the way. We call it unfiltered because we taking off the limitations of people in regards to what they think a conversation should be.
Yeah.
We pressing the point. We saying force yourself to think outside the box, to think outside of what you just believe. And that's what? That's how we get conversations done. Two parts of a conversation. Listening, speaking. And we need to do more of the listening part.
Yeah.
And in between that, comprehension. So Fifi, we miss you. Can't wait for you to get back with this bad boy. And this we only this gonna be next week gonna be 7. So we was only 6 episodes in. We already missed her. So we can't wait for you to get back. We miss your point of view and everything, all that energy you bring. So can't wait to get you back here. And everybody else, love y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
Y'all hit up Randy. Y'all want y'all TVs mounted.
Yeah. Huh? Like calling me. But yeah, other than that, man, like, don't you know, son? But yeah, next week, same time, 7:45 p.m. We'll be getting ready to go into the. Would that be the new? No, that'll be Christmas. Will be coming up.
Yeah, Christmas. Then
that'll be Christmas Eve.
We probably won't be on the 29th. We might do a show before that.
Yeah, we'll
29th. We might not be on that day. So yeah, just to let y'all know.
Okay, so we'll let y'all know after that. But shoot, cause I ain't got nothing else to say. I don't know if you got anything.
Hey, everybody, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, and I'll see y'all next week.
All right, love y'all.